Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams and Laura Gillette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser. For more information on your tax preparation needs, call 541-928-6432. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We are here live with The Experience with Russ and Scott. We're excited to be here today, making quick microphone adjustments.
While you're adjusting the microphone, I just want to say yesterday's 1-year anniversary of your book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, was a wonderful show. It was 1 hour, but we could have gone a lot longer trying to pack 1 year's worth of connecting to amazing people in 1 hour was a lot of fun. I'll just say it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was very tough and to get everybody in and out, but it was so much fun. It was just a great time, and I'm so thankful for all the connections that I've been able to make over the last year. And I am just super blessed. I really am. And thank you, Scott, for co-hosting and being part of that yesterday. You and Wendy, amazing. I mean, just amazing. You know, you guys have just been such a blessing to me. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And certainly, Russ, it's just what a pleasure to have spent this last, well, you know, it was 2 years ago in October. So last month, it's just been just over 2 years ago where we started working together.
That's right.
And you started a side hustle, then it became the main gig. And here we are now a year into your book. And The Experience, we're going to be coming up on our 1-year anniversary in January. So there's a lot of good milestones.
That's right. And I think it's good to take time to celebrate, you know. It's good to take time to look at the blessings that you've had over the last year or whatever time period. And
that's right.
Yes, without you, God helped you set the platform for me to even do my business. And that meeting we had about, I don't know, what was it, 4 or 5 months, 6 months before COVID.
That was October of 2019.
That's right. You got me moving in the right direction. So when things hit, I was ready to go. I was ready to hit the ground running, and gave me time to write that book. So it's been a blessing, and I appreciate you. What do you have going on this week?
Well, I am excited because the 2022 independent planners are going to be arriving this week. So this is a paper calendar designed to, it's to supplement your digital calendar, but it's got this goal tracking form on there. So Trevor Lorkings of Write Notes over in England hand makes these for me, and they were specifically designed for solo entrepreneurs, freelance professionals, small business owners to track your goals. So there's there's sections in here to look at your dreams, plans, goals, habits, put those in to your schedule, but then really track what is supporting your goals and moving you forward. There's this tracking box that you fill in, but you can go to independent-planner.com. I'll put that in the LinkedIn chat.
Yeah,
and,
do that.
If you go to independent-planner.com, you can order those. They're on their way now. They'll be shipping out starting on probably Friday this week.
All right. Yeah, that's amazing. I know that I purchased one of those for my daughter who loves to use paper planners, and I am just stuck in just the digital world on that stuff. So I'm all promoting because it's wonderful. It's fabulous. It really is. And but yeah, I'm so excited for you, Scott. That is great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big deal. But Trevor does such a good job with these planners. The covers are all he makes all of these, and in fact, if you go, you can see a little video of him making them and putting on the corners and punching the holes and putting on the elastic. And but this is a big version of the tracking. And I'll just say what you do is things that are on your calendar that are supporting goals, you write those. And then if you complete them, you get to fill in the little circle here.
Awesome.
And the center side is your spiritual side. So if you actually do what you were hoping on, whatever your spiritual side is, you get to color that in.
There you go.
It gives you a visual tracking right away. Are you on track that day, that week, that month? Anyway, the Independent Planner.
.com, and there it is. There it is. There's the website right there. Well, I'm excited for you, and are going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and just jump into this morning with our guests, because we got two amazing guests. First of all, Dimitry Ortiz, what a great guy. We met a while back. He's already been on one of my other shows. Great guy. And Pete Cann, the Laughter Man, are with us today. Both of them just wonderful individuals. We're going to bring Dimitry in first this morning and say, hey, Dimitry, how's it going?
Hey, Russ Scott. How are you guys? I'm so happy to be here. Excited. I'm just looking forward to this episode.
So we're now representing a couple of continents in.
Tell everybody where you're coming from today, Dimitry.
Tuning in from Guatemala City, Guatemala, Central America, the land of the Mayan Empire.
There you go. Well, you know what? I love your energy. I love what you're all about. And I know all about you, but why don't you give everybody a rundown of where you came from and what you're up to today?
Nice. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I specialize in robotic process automation, which is pretty much helping businesses help them streamline their workflows by introducing digital workforce to their businesses. So that's what we do, especially we're helping the small, medium-sized businesses. So I have over 2 decades of helping enterprises and organizations with their IT and anything that has to do with technology.
Well, that is amazing. That is simply amazing. And so when you're working with businesses, give us a little bit about your focus on, give us a day of the life of Dimitry. How are you really helping these people with all of that technology?
Russ, it's so amazing. And Scott, being able to do what I do, because if you guys have heard, we're on the prime of the fourth industrial revolution, which it's creating a lot of quick shifts towards adaptation. And right now we are looking into digital transformation, which requires most of the work that we work every day has to be digitized, so we can eliminate or minimize whatever manual work that needs to be done. So that's my every day. What I do is we come into an organization, we take a look at their processes, take a look at their logic, how they work. We try to improve processes anywhere we can improve with business analysts and stuff. And once we get everything streamlined, the next step is to automate it. Now, the biggest part, my biggest joy for me is the fact that we are helping the small and medium-sized businesses. This technology had never been available for the solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners that were not at an enterprise level. So this is very exciting because we're bringing this technology so that we can bring the competitive edge to everyone that's starting a business. And especially after 2020, we noticed that everything had to be, we needed to shift everything and do things differently. So now with robotic process automation, with business process automation, now we're able to scale our businesses and being able to delegate a lot of the heavy workload that we've been putting on humans, a lot of repetitive, boring jobs, manual work. We can delegate it into our digital employees. So that's exactly what I do. And when they look at what we can do with automation, they get blown away. And that's such satisfaction. We under promise and incredibly over deliver. So I love what I do.
This is important because a lot of businesses are having trouble finding employees to do those types of repetitive jobs. And it's safer because people get hurt doing those repetitive jobs to get different types of injuries. So what a great service, Dimitry. This is just really exciting work.
Yes. Well, what I love about you, Dimitry, too, is we talked about, the personal side of it's so important to you. Even though we automate, you can't lose the personal touch. When you get too automated with things, it can be challenging. And so I think that you have really gone out of your way to make sure you're keeping that personal touch.
Yes. Russ, it's amazing how many people don't understand that we actually come from automation's over 100 years old, and it has taken us over 100 years to get us off the automated line and robotic work that we do. If you see professionals, they spend about 15 to 20 hours doing monotonous, heavy, repetitive work, and we have not been able to get rid of that. And that has taken away from our focus, away from our energy, where we should be able to focus on innovation, creativity, improving our processes, and most important, relationships that we can make with humans, as opposed to us working robotic, automated we're not robots. And it's incredible that people think it's the opposite. They think that automation is going to take their work, but we took automation from robots. We need to give it back to them, delegate it, and we should work how humans should, which is empathy, innovation, creativity, problem solving. Our brains are so incredible that we should not be wasting them on repetitive work.
Well, you're so right. And I think that you definitely show that energy, which I appreciate. And that's the reason you and I get along so well. And speaking of energy, Pete Cann is in the room. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And, Pete, am I pronouncing your last name right?
You are completely.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I thought I was, but all of a sudden I thought, okay, great. Am I pronouncing it right? Pete and I met a while back, and I was actually out on location with a client, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and we start laughing. And Pete, I'm telling you, I laughed so hard that the next 3 presentations that I did, I used your laughter exercise, and everybody loved it. So
amazing. It's such a great energy when you bring laughter into a meeting. It just gets your energy lifted, and people can feed off that as well.
Yes. So Pete, tell us where you're coming from and give us a little rundown on where you came from and what you're up to today besides laughing.
So my name is Pete Cann, and I am the Laughter Man. I'm from Bristol in the southwest of the UK. And where have I come from? So I still run a chef agency in Bristol. So we supply chefs to pubs, restaurants, hotels. I've been doing that for 13 years. Obviously, the pandemic shut hospitality down in virtually anywhere in the world, to be fair, but our business ground near enough to a halt. And I was already practicing laughter yoga, which is what I teach. So I dived into laughter yoga as a coping mechanism for my own mental well-being. And after probably about 4 or 5 weeks of doing laughter sessions online with people, I suddenly went, wait there, this is really, really valuable, and people are getting something from this. And then all of a sudden the Laughter Man was born, and I've been laughing every day since.
I love this. We live here, both Russ and I are in Oregon, and it is the birthplace of goat yoga, which I'll just have to say, laughter yoga is much more appealing to me.
Well, it's interesting. I'm going to jump on that because shameless plug, Lainey is a good friend of mine that started goat yoga, that became an international sensation. And she was one of the endorsements on my book. And she wasn't able to make it yesterday. But what a blessing she is. But the whole thing with that, the reason I'm bringing that up, Pete, is because I think people that have unique perspectives on things that people can do, and she came up with goat yoga. You came up with laughter yoga. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing the joy that it brings. We just need more joy, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, life is so serious. I mean, there's a couple of interesting facts. Sort of when we were children, we used to laugh maybe 200 to 300 times a day. So we were childlike. We played, we laughed, we were creative. You know, we would go back into classrooms and soak in the energy and the knowledge. But then we become adults and things just get a bit more serious. We start getting bills to pay, and actually we're lucky to laugh maybe 10 times, 15 times in a day, which makes me a bit upset, to be fair. Because I think, well, actually, why can't we be childlike? Because actually our creative brains are awake when we're more childlike, and we're more productive, we're more creative, we're more focused. So laughter is just this secret weapon that we've all got within us, and we don't need jokes and we don't need humor. We just need to know how to laugh and put a laugh on an out breath, really.
Pete, this is great because the research really supports this. That says that when we are creative, there's a part of our brain that turns off, and that's the part that says, I care what other people think. So basically, when we're children, when you're 5, 6 years old, everyone's a painter, a dancer, a musician. They're all very creative. But then there comes that point about 6, 7 years old, when we start being aware of what other people think of us, and that turns off the creativity. And so, just like you say, if we can get back to more childlike, not worry about what other people think. If you're laughing, just laugh.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Well, that's what I love about you too, Dimitry, is your joy. And, you really, your energy comes from the fact that you love what you do. But I think today we can all use a little laughter exercise. So, Pete, I want you to teach everybody your laughter exercise you did with me, because I love this.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're just going to literally put our hands out in front of us. We're just going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're just going to let out a long sigh. Okay, so now we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to let out a long ha. Okay, so deep breath in. I'm just going to go ha. That feels good already. Now, ha is just an out breath. It's just laughter, if you think about it. But lots of has, laughter. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And then we're going to laugh for 10 seconds like it's the funniest thing we've heard all day. So we take a deep breath in. Hold it. And...
Oh, I just love that. I don't know if I laugh more. Your laugh is infectious, but I don't know if I laugh more at you or at myself. When I was doing this with other people, I was laughing so much at myself laughing that it was just hilarious. So yeah. Oh, I feel so much better.
It was good.
I want to, with that, Dimitry, I want to kick it back to you, because one thing you said that really resonated with me is that, you're by automating, you're giving people more time to be the creative individual, focused on the personal side of things, where they really need to spend their energy. And I think Scott and I have had this conversation. I don't need to spend my time on the repetitive tasks. I can get somebody else to do that or something else to do that. But I need to spend the times on the things that only I can do. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're allowing people to do. And then you're bringing that joy back into their work.
Yes, you look at what's happening, and for example, in the U.S., over 71% of the people are not happy at work, and many sometimes talk about management. And I understand, if you look at history, most of us didn't have good bosses, and so bosses have always been a little, difficult. But when you look at the reason why people are not happy is because when you think about the work that we are doing every day, it's very repetitive. It's not rewarding. It's not different. It definitely kills motivation because it's something that it's not human. It's not human like. And so I think that what I love about businesses now is that we're actually focusing on the relationship part among humans. And so I think that companies are starting to recognize that there's a lot of value in automating the work and allowing humans to do what humans do best. And so the collaboration of technology is one of the best things that is happening. And as you can see, things like Zoom after 2020 allowed us to communicate in a way that we had never done before. So I think sometimes when we're challenged is when we find our greatness, and that's what I love about this new opportunities.
Oh, I mean, you're exactly right. I think that the challenges that came in this last 18 months has made the people that really wanted it to make them better. It's made people better. It's helped us to grow. And Pete, you found, through this whole laughter, which people really have needed more than ever. My good friend Tim would say, now more than ever, they really needed that. And you found a whole avenue for that outside of the food industry you were already working in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's luckily, I suppose, because I'm a business owner, so I already knew business owners, so I could approach them straight away and say, hey, you're having a weekly team meeting, especially on Zoom, we get a bit of Zoom fatigue. I was just like, let me come along for literally 30 minutes and let me try, just run this laughter session and get your team engaged. And the response, I did a couple of freebies at the beginning just to get it out there and just to feel that I was onto something, I suppose. And then, the feedback that I was getting and still every time I wouldn't be here if we didn't have that connection and you didn't feel the power of laughter, would I?
That's right. I've always been, Scott, you and I have talked about this. I mean, I've always been a positive, joy-filled person and feel like that is what drives us, right, Scott? I mean, that's the way you are too.
Absolutely. I always, it's funny. So we have the lottery here, and I'm not a big lottery ticket buyer, but sometimes when it hits $1 billion, I think, I'm going to buy a ticket because why not? And oddly enough, I just assume that I'm going to win when I buy the ticket, even though when the numbers actually come up, I get 0. It's like, you couldn't even give me one number. But I just had, it's just, why not? Why not? Why not think that you're going to do better? Right.
Well, that's what's great about you. And that's what's great about all of you guys is that, keeping a positive, joyful perspective on all that we're doing, whether we are helping people laugh, Pete, or whether, Dimitry, we're helping people be more wise with their time and all that they're doing. I just think, what has been, Pete, just a question for you. What has been one of your areas you've seen the biggest challenges where the laughter has helped the most? What type of industries, what type of situations, where did you really find people just dying for that?
Yeah, I think it's over in the UK. I've run a few sessions for the NHS for our medical profession. Especially when COVID was rife over here. It was a release for them, massive release. So they were under the cosh. They were completely against it, burnt out, overwhelmed, and I just gave them that little bit of light relief. And actually the feedback again from them was really positive, to say actually it was really good to be able to spend that bit of time away from everything that was going, to just energize them just for even 6 or 7 hours after my session. So that's probably the biggest memory that I would say that I've had.
Well, and then Dimitry, with giving people more time, I think COVID, we talked the other day about COVID was like God hitting the reset button, right? We gave us a chance to reset our lives and kind of look at things. It gave us space, but you're doing that in your business too. You're giving people time and space to really evaluate things. And where have you found that has been one of the biggest pluses or most joyful helps for people in your business?
I think from a business standpoint, we've been able to give competitive edge to small businesses that did not have that ability to grow and scale because of the employees. And so in that sense, it has helped a lot. It has brought that competition, which is very important for our economy. I don't like to support monopolies. I actually like competition because it brings creativity to everything. So I think that now people are able to go and actually concentrate on what they know how to do, and I think that it brings a great joy to work, because you don't have that pressure of having to work like a machine, but you can actually think about what you can do. You can try to bring strategy into your work and bring innovation. So I think all those things bring in, and also our communication is a lot less stressful, and just we can make things a lot better. So those are the things that I've noticed, that every business that we have been able to help, there's the atmosphere, the attitude about work is a lot more positive and a lot more productive.
Right. That's it right there. I mean, you take some of that stress away, and you give people time to spend time laughing with Pete, and you give time for people to spend time with their family and not be stressed out all the time, and I think that's really important. I think, and it's an interesting perspective, because I think a lot of times from your end, people look at, like you said, the automation as a problem. Like we can't automate because it's too robotic. Well, maybe not. Maybe the things that don't really need that personal touch, and like you said, a repetitive task, allow us to be more personal, allow us more time to laugh, and allow us to all hang out with Pete, and then we can just be laughing daily. So, hey, listen, you guys are both amazing. Give us just one other thing, each of you, that you love doing outside of work. What are you passionate about that you love to do that has nothing to do with automation or the food industry? Dimitry, you go first.
Russ, I'm a sports extreme sports junkie. I love seeking things that I have never done before. I feel just like Pete. I think the emotions when you can explode and make them alter your normal life, I think that's one of the best things. So yes, I love sport. I love traveling, and because it just brings, it makes me feel alive, kind of like when I laugh a lot.
Well, that's why you and I get along so good, because I love sports too. And Pete, what about you?
So I reckon my go-to is the ocean. So getting in the waves. I don't surf. I've tried surfing a few times and I can't get on with it, but I've got a bodyboard, I've got my fins, and I get out in the big stuff, and I feel alive. And that's part of the reason we're moving from where we live now to closer to the coast, because actually, like you said, the reset that we've had recently made us as a family go, wait there, do we want to live in the city or do we want to live closer to the coast? So we've decided we're going to do that and move to the coast.
Well, that's amazing. And I'm just going to tell you a little thing. We were watching a movie the other day with surfers in it. I love the ocean. Scott and I are only about an hour away from the Pacific Ocean, so we can get there quickly. But I was watching surfers, and I told my wife I could never surf, because the entire time my feet were dangling below the board and I couldn't see in the water. I would be thinking a shark was about to bite off my leg. Now, if I'm swimming and I'm snorkeling, or if I was scuba diving, which I don't do that, but I snorkel, I don't mind swimming in the ocean because I can see everything around me. But if my feet are just dangling, I'm like, I'm going to lose a leg. And then I would really need your laughter for sure.
Oh my word. That's crazy, Russ.
Well, listen, hey, we're going to give you guys both a chance. Last word, and then how to get in touch with you, because everybody's going to want to know more about you. Pete, you go first.
So probably the best avenue would be LinkedIn. If you're watching this now, come and say hi. And hashtag, or there it is there, the Laughter Man. So any social channel, there's loads of videos of me doing laughter, loads of exercises. So just come along and say hello.
Awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much. And like I said, I'm going to continue to use your laughter exercise because it's so funny. And I tell everybody about you. So hopefully you'll get some business off that, because I just like to laugh. So Dimitry, how about you?
Yes, Russ, you can get a hold of me best on LinkedIn. I hang out on LinkedIn more than any other platform. And you could also look us up on our website, simplyautomateinc.com. Any help we can give you with your processes and to make your life a lot simpler and gain some time and do accurate work, we're there to help you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know what? I appreciate both of you tremendously. And it's been just a pleasure to get to know you both. And I've told you before, and Scott's the same way. We are lifetime connectors. And so you guys are friends for life. And I really mean that. I appreciate you both. And I feel like I can call you both friends, you know. Now, once we've talked more than once, you're automatically a friend in my book. Actually, it only takes once in my book. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Next time I come to Guatemala, Dimitry, I'm heading your way. And
the next time
I come over to England, that's right, I'm heading your way, Pete. Yeah, thank you both for being here today.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you,
all right, and you guys hang tight. I'm going to send you to the green room for just a
Whoa, Russ sent himself to the green room.
It's live video.
All right,
Woo!
so here it is.
I just wanted everybody to be able to laugh again. Oh, that's too funny. Well, wrong button.
I love it.
Whoops.
You know.
Oh, well.
Hey, having Dimitry and Pete on, what a great combination. I love what Dimitry is doing to free us up from that manual labor so we can be creative, so that we can laugh and take advantage of Pete's exercise and be more childlike and expand our creativity. What fun.
Well, I think too, sometimes people miss the boat because they say, oh, that's just too simple. I mean, what does that really help? Simplicity and getting back to the basics and getting to the core of our life is, I think, the most important thing. If we are not, you know me, Scott, and you and I think alike. If you are not living a life of purpose, if you are not intentionally every day living your life in a positive way, getting out there and making amazing things happen, then we have challenges. And the only way to do that is to get back to the basics, laugh a little, smile a little, automate some things so you have time to really live life. And I think what a blessing they both are.
When I give talks, I often end with the slide that says, it's not about making money. It's about living a life that makes a difference.
That's right. Oh my goodness. You know what? There was yesterday. I was at a workshop. I was down in Corvallis yesterday. Our good friend Lionel Wilson had a workshop that I went to, and supporting him. But I was blessed by the workshop, and he was saying, "What would you do if you didn't get paid for it? If you just did it for free?" And I'm thinking, everything that I'm doing right now. I mean, I love what I do.
That's the right answer. That's the right answer right there. Yeah.
That's just it. You know,
hey, speaking of that and workshops, you've got a workshop.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you. It'll probably magically appear in the comments as I say it, because my good friend and teammate Ever is amazing. She's going to say, Russ, you don't have to shout me out, but you're amazing. Thank you. But I wanted to just say that I have a great workshop today called Turn Cold Calling into Making Friends. And the reason it's so amazing is it's all about relationships. It's a relationship marketing class, but it's also a relationship building class. It's a life relationship joy class. I mean, there's so many good things about it, but it's only 1 hour long. It is a $99 priced class. It's actually a $300 value, but it's priced at $99. But today, for you, you can put in the promo code FRIENDS and you can get it for $49. You get $50 off. That's only $49 for an hour of great information.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I encourage everybody, go ahead and sign up. Take advantage of this discount. And you're going to change a lot of things about the way you're doing business for good, and and really benefit from this for the rest of your life. So take that hour, change your life.
Yeah, and let me just say that even if you know everything, it's always good to be reminded. And I love, that's the reason I went to my friend's workshop yesterday, because I knew a lot of what he was teaching, but it reminds me and it focuses me in on that. So, and also spread the word. It's in the comments here in the show, and appreciate you spreading the word. So, Scott,
and also
you're
put
amazing.
the link back into the thank you, Russ. I put the link back in to the 2022 independent planner, independent-planner.com. and they're going to be shipping this week. And make 2022 your best year ever. Go to Russ's workshop, get an independent planner, and life is good.
That's it. And there it is right there. And as soon as we got off, I'm going to pick up another one for my daughter. And maybe I'll try to use a regular planner too, Scott, just because maybe I should, but yeah, definitely I'm going to order one.
I'll tell you the reason why. Well, there was a couple of things. One of them is that Google, the digital calendar, had let me down, and my phone had rang, and it's like, hey, Scott, this is Russ. I thought we were getting together for coffee. And, I can't afford to miss things like that. So I went back to a paper planner, was dissatisfied with the ones that were out there. I used Franklin planners for 10 years. I've used Time Systems, Day Runner, made different things try to work, but none of them tracked goals. And this is the one that helps me track goals. So
that's it.
There you go.
That's it. It is amazing. It really is. It's international put together. So that's awesome. And hey, I just want to remind everybody, don't forget, we love for you to be here, engage with us. And if you watch this on replay, please put hashtag replay and share it with your friends. Also, you can go to the Experience YouTube page and please subscribe to the page. You'll have all of the content we've done previously, as well as the new stuff coming up, reminders, which is great. We broadcast every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And
That's
we
right.
are there for you every week to encourage you and talk about the experience of life. Once again,
I'm going to put the YouTube link in the
do that
in the LinkedIn comments there, because the nice thing about that is people can hit the little bell and get reminded when the experience goes live, and never miss an episode.
There you go. And that's it. And we appreciate you so much. We can't even tell you how great that is. So until we see you again, have a great day and a great life.
And enjoy the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.